Hey everybody, welcome to Midday Market. What is this?
Midday market update.
Midday Market Update. Gosh darn it. I got so many now. Let me clear the chat. Hey everybody, thank you for being here. My name is Glenn Tompkins, senior instructor here on VectorVest. Welcome to our YouTube channel. Glad to have you here. Hit the applause again. Glad to have you here fresh off of the Tampa 2-Day, which was an awesome event. An awesome event. First off, if you are hearing me loud and clear, let me know in the chat. Let me know that I am coming across in the chat to let me know that I'm loud and clear. I having mic issues. I don't think so. Hopefully my mic is good. There you go. Mark's got the ooh-wee. I finally got to meet Mark Norton, and he was an amazing individual. Good, Gordon, Jen. Thank you for being there, Mark. I met a lot of people. I'm now able to put faces to the chat. I'm now able to put faces to the chat. And that was, man, that room there was full. We had a full room live, and we had how many people? About almost 2,000 people in the chat online. So, man, you guys really showed up and showed out. VV Nation, man, that's awesome. So glad that you're all here. I'm seeing everyone. HKD opinion. I got a lot to cover today, Drecky. So if I do have an opportunity to look at some stocks, I will. But I want to do a little bit of a recap of some of the talks that we had at Tampa. You know, I've already got some stuff set up for you today for midday market as well. Glenn, can you increase your volume? You hear that, Joey? Can you increase my volume? I can do it. I know how to do it.
I can. It sounded weird.
All right, so we're going to do it. Glenn, did you drink Cafe Bustelo the whole time you were in Tampa? No. Actually, they didn't have Cafe Bustelo. I had the coffee that was there, but man, I just finished drinking a cup of Cafe Bustelo. I might make another one while I'm here in midday market. Nikolai said, great job in Tampa, Glenn. Thank you for that, folks. And again, is Braxton from Tampa? No. I think Braxton was from Utah. Is that right, Joey? I think he was from Utah. No, I think he was in Utah. We had a 13-year-old, and he was all into it. Braxton was a 13-year-old, man, but then I fell off the stage, which was awesome. But I was like a cat on a hot tin roof. Had great reflexes. I didn't sing it. I know I didn't sing at Tampa. Linda Royer was there. I don't think that, but you know something? I did get us involved when I said we got to get follow through, and the whole audience said follow through, which is awesome. So that kid was hot. I can't say he was hot, but he was good, Daniel. It was good to have. He says, yeah, he's from another Brax says he's from Utah. That's not the same Brax. That cannot be. No, that's not the same Brax. No. All right. So market's moving up today. That's right, stock time. Market's moving up today. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk a little bit about what we covered in Tampa as well, because I think I want to incorporate some of the things that we talked about in Tampa into some of the live streams. I think that once a week I want to look at the NPI. I did a little change to it, the near perfect indicator. I did a change to that search to find optionable stocks, and I took a position in one of those stocks today. So I did a little change. So hopefully to try to enhance it from an options perspective. We'll see how that works out. No, I don't think that's the same Brax. Brax. Is that really Brax? Is that Braxton right there, y'all? No. Is it? Because if it is, then I guess I was right that he was from Utah. The MPI strategy they showed made most of its gains on the short side. And John, that's fine. But I'm still, if the market's moving up, I think that the MPI can get you into stocks early enough on a good up when we have a primary wave up. And then for those of us who do play options, I think it's great for both sides. Have a good day, Drecky. I hope everything works out, man. I hope everything works out. Kobe says, thanks so much. Tampa was a great event on the net. And again, for all those people who were there by way of live stream, thank you guys for showing up. There was a lot of great chat going on. So I'm still trying to find out if that's the same Braxton. I'm trying to find out if that's the same Braxton. NPI was awesome. I've been using it. When am I going to get the email? So I guess that is the real Braxton. I don't know which email you're looking for, Braxton. So if that's the case. All right. The dew is back long again. I think that the market is giving us an opportunity to buy stocks, but I do want to prepare us that with a Fed that's not accommodative, that's a hawkish Fed, folks, just be careful in regards to that. All right, does everybody understand that? Type a 1 in the room if you understand what I just said. I like what the market is giving to us, and I'm going to be all about taking what the market gives to us. But I need you to understand that with a Fed that said that he's going to be hawkish, folks, don't get lulled into a false sense of, hey, the world's gonna be great, and just be careful. That's all I got to say about that. I'm not telling any of you not to take advantage of this or to sell the dips. Listen, the market gives us an opportunity to make some money. Take it. All right, just be careful. That's all I got to say about that. See the ones coming in. Just be careful of that. And if that's the same Brax, then Brax, get to Joey. Joey gave you, stop it, Mark. Braxton, Joey gave you the link for you to get in contact with us. Brax says Tampa was so fun. So I'm thinking that is the same Braxton. I'm thinking that is the same Braxton. And I'm glad you had a good time, Braxton. I really am. All right. So as we can see with the market going on, 3 green lights today. Primary wave is up. The confirmed call is up. The DEW is up. Right now is a good time to buy stocks long. Love the swing trading emphasis at the Tampa 2-day. Rodney, so really quickly, I want to go over some of the talks that we did. We did the VectorVest system of analyzing stocks. Dr. David Paul was great at all of his talks. So should we sell covered calls as insurance? You know something? I wouldn't mind selling covered calls, taking the premium, but I'll also don't be alarmed if your stock gets called away if the market keeps moving up. I wouldn't mind selling covered calls as insurance, Fireblazer, or I would still hedge my portfolio. But I did get out of my 2 Contras today. In regards to what's going on in as far as the specials, dang it, Joey, stop touching stuff. We did extend the specials for another couple of days or so. The group packaging is here. The link is www.vectorvest.com/seminar offers or offers. We are extending them out another couple of days, actually 1 day, 11 hours, 50 minutes, and 26 seconds. So you still have an opportunity to take advantage of the specials that we were giving in Tampa. All right. So some of these you get to try out free for 30 days. Try out free for 30 days. To all of our add-on modules, you get to do that. But I'm a big fan of, if you're going to buy into anything, my thing would be to buy into the group packagings for this as well. All right, so that's what I would say. And that is the same Braxton. Any good penny stocks you think will blow up? Actually, Northflit, I got something for you. I got a couple of stocks that I'm going to keep my eyes on. And if SWVL, don't be trying to pump up that stock. Let me take a look at that, Eric. I don't know. I ain't pumping. This ain't the channel for that. I'm not pumping up nothing. All right, so then we went into the secret of buying low and selling high. I did a talk on making money the easy way. In the afternoon on day 1, finding the right stocks for secure investment, for secure retirement, how to build and manage a retirement portfolio. I did a talk on situational investing where we looked at the back tester. The second day, we talked about swing trade. So the second day was about swing trading and options. We showed the top techniques for trending and channeling markets. We talked a lot about the near perfect indicator. Again, something that I do want to institute into at least the Monday live streams. And I'm thinking that maybe on the either Wednesday or Thursday live streams, I'm going to do a little bit more with swing trading. And then we talked about the options paycheck. And then we talked about, I finished it out with the path to securing financial freedom. And then we had the Q&A panel. You guys asked a lot of great questions. All right. You guys asked a lot of great questions. But if anybody is interested in taking a subscription to the software, my suggestion would be the group coaching packages any one of them because you get live session with the coaches from these groups weekly. All right, so if you ever get into a situation you're saying, I'm not making money in the market, talk to the coaches. They will answer your questions in chat. They will do that. So keeping all that in mind, let's see about what news is moving the market. Wage gains eased in December, pointing to a cooling labor market in 2023, which is going to be instrumental in the Fed's decision on how much to raise interest rates if he continues to do so, of which he said he would, but we'll see. The economy week ahead, let's talk about starting tomorrow. The Commerce Department releases November figures on wholesale inventories. Inventories are still high if people are not buying, so that's going to be an interesting story. China's National Bureau of Statistics December figures on consumer inflation. As China is starting to open it back up, that's going to be really good for, I think, oil, because they are the biggest consumer of oil. Keep your eyes on that. Thursday, December Consumer Price Index, CPI, on what consumers pay for good. Is it going to be going up? It's an inflation number. I still already think that inflation has peaked. I did a video on it, and we'll go from there. What's Joey? What are you saying?
I coughed. I didn't realize I was unmuted.
Well, then why don't you
I apologize.
Apologize to everybody in VV Nation.
I literally said I'm sorry, Glenn. I can't say I'm sorry again.
Apologize to VV Nation.
I've done that already. Thank
I
you.
didn't hear it.
Wow. That's your fault. You should do better at hearing.
Wow. All right. This is for you, too. Put the crickets out for you. Good idea to...
hang on. Let me fix this. He's muted. Thanks, guys. We'll do this again tomorrow. Yeah.
What? Why did you just take me off?
I muted you too. You didn't know it.
Why did you mute? What did you do? Oh my gosh. Oh man, if you were here.
This ain't Tampa no more. This ain't Tampa no more.
Whoa.
This ain't Tampa no more.
Really? Really? All right.
In Tampa no more.
That's all right.
I'm gonna go ahead and mute you. I'm gonna finish this out. Go ahead and get me on the next page.
Don't do it, Joey. I see information here. Don't tick me off.
Continue.
Okay. Whatever. All right. The next. Stop clicking the mouse then. Next thing, oil prices rise pairing recent losses. A lot of that is because whatever Boston. Actually, I'm going to take you out of being an admin. Keep messing too. Take you out. Oil prices rise pairing recent losses. A lot of that happens because China's opening back up. We'll see what happens with that. And I still think that the U.S. government is going to be buying back a lot of the oil that they sold out of the reserves, which is going to help to push the price of oil up as well. All right, some stories. Tesla, Alibaba, Abercrombie & Fitch rise pre-market, Lululemon falls. So a lot of stocks that we're going to take a look at today. Tesla. Syncor Pharmaceutical. A lot of pharmaceutical stocks have been moving up off of, especially FDA news. How about this stock rose 133% after AstraZeneca agreed to acquire the U.S. biotech? A lot of these smaller biotech companies are going to get bought up by the big companies, and that's going to be very interesting. Visa and MasterCard climbed because they got upgraded its stance in credit card gains, both to overweight and from sector weight, which is going to be interesting in regards to that. I'd keep my eyes on those. Goldman Sachs rose after Bloomberg reported investment bank was preparing its biggest round of job cuts. Man, job cuts are going to be a big story this year. And what's going to be the other big story? Anybody want to venture out what's going to be the next big story that's going to affect the market? Anybody? It's one of the big things that move markets. What's going to be the next big thing that's going to really affect markets this year? Type it in the room. Anybody? Joey does need a timeout, Ken. I'm a Marine also. Nice to see fellow brethren. Ooh, Roger Maine. Earnings. There you go, John. That's going to be the big story this year, folks. Bigger than inflation, bigger than interest. It's going to be earnings. Earnings is going to be a bigger story than inflation. Dogecoin, did you really say that? No, it ain't going to be Dogecoin. Even though I do have a story about crypto, it ain't going to be Dogecoin. All right, so I like that the majority of y'all understand. I know inflation is still an issue. The Fed's going after it. It has peaked. It's coming down, maybe not as fast as the Fed would like, But earnings is going to be the big story. And what we're going to be looking for is, as companies start to report, will they be missing earnings? And the more companies will be missing earnings, the more of a downtrend we will have in the market. I'm going to get to my story in crypto in a second. All right, Elon Musk sends a subtle message to disenchanted Tesla shareholders. We're going to talk about Tesla today. I think that Elon Musk has got to pull away from Twitter to put his energies back into Tesla. Tesla's a fundamentally good stock that's just getting beaten up by this time. Lou says dirty cash and digital trash will be the thing to be watching. I'm not going that far. I'm not getting ready to beat up on crypto. Crypto is not something that I'm a big fan of, but if the news is there, I'm going to report it. I'm going to report it. Alibaba stock surges after Jack Ma gives up control of Ant Group. So, big move on Alibaba today. Bitcoin, here it is. Bitcoin blows past $17,000. It could be a big week for cryptos. So, we know that overall, from a crypto perspective, we've been in a crypto winter. At some point in time, though, it's got to go back up, right? Does it recover? I doubt it. I think that FTX has put a negative aura around Bitcoin. I don't think that people are going to be as receptive in getting back into Bitcoin, but Bitcoin has a role. It plays a role, especially down the line when we get into the metaverse. Crypto is going to play a very important role because the people can't just be pulling money out of their pocket in the metaverse. So crypto is going to have a space. But I think it's going to be a begrudgingly going back up because a lot of people now feel that crypto is garbage, and it's going to have to get past that. All right, I can't wait for all of the shorting opportunities like we've seen in 2022. It's going to happen. All right, it's going to happen. All right, and my last story came out of the VectorVest blog. Snap. Nope, that's not the story. What was it? Yeah, it was on Snap. Snap another 3% as analysts think it will only get worse. Drops another 3%. Three things you need to see. So if you're not a subscriber to the software, you can always go to our website, go to our blogs, and go look at some of the hot stocks that we have and stories. We try to put something out there almost every day as a stock for you to take a look at. Perfume Aroma says, bull run trap, interest rates going up. Interest rates are going to go up. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Interest rates are going to go up. The interesting thing is going to be, does he start pulling back? And the last one was a 50 basis point instead of 75. And a lot of people are saying that it's locked in, that the next one is going to be a 25 basis points. Keep in mind that he's still raising interest rates. All right, keep that in mind that he's still continuing to raise interest rates, which is going to adversely affect the market. The time where you need to know where he's stopping or when he does stop, market's going to take off from that point. I don't think it's ready to do that yet. Something be interesting if he goes back to another 75 basis point. We'll see. We'll see. Nobody knows. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Nobody knows my sorrow. So nobody knows. And so, yes, I did sing a little bit. I didn't sing in Tampa. I just didn't think that the CEO of the company, really, Linda Roy, I don't think she would really in for me to sing. Feds are going to overshoot and the stock market will fall. Happens all the time. And you know something? The Fed has already said, I think he's willing to overshoot because they stepped up and said that inflation was transitory. I don't think that that's going to happen this time. I don't think and you're right, he's going to overshoot. I think he's owning that he will overshoot. Let's get into the software now. Let's get into my watch list of stocks. This is something I'm going to talk about. This is called Tampa 23. I'm going to set up a group, and I'm going to look at some of the things that we talked about in Tampa. Where am I at? Midday market, big news. Let's go see the stocks that made the news for me today. There they are. Syncor got bought by AstraZeneca. Big move today, 146. Notice that this is more of a speculative play. No fundamentals, just moving up in price. Let's move this over a little bit. Does it have positive earnings? Yeah. Negative earnings growth rate. But I think if it got bought, you ain't going to be able to buy it. You ain't going to be able to buy it because AstraZeneca's got it. Here's MasterCard, here's Visa. Abercrombie and Finch, Alibaba, Tesla, Lululemon, Goldman Sachs, Moderna was in the news as well, Uber. And here's my ticker symbol for the crypto market. I got coin. And look at that, 17% today. Notice that out of the 11 stocks in here, that 10 out of the 11 stocks are running up today. And big thing about that is, remember, one day doesn't make a trend. One day doesn't make a trend. A few stocks in here are sell recommendations. Notice that the majority of the stocks that are on the move today, the majority of them are fundamentally not sound. From Coin to Syncor to Abercrombie and Finch. Tesla is fundamentally sound. Uber is not. Alibaba is not yet. They're going up today. Moderna is not, but it's going up today. Goldman Sachs is not. Look at relative values and relative safeties on these. Now, MasterCard, Visa, Lululemon, Tesla are all four of those. 4 out of the 11 are fundamentally sound. All right. Which stocks have the best upside potential? Tesla, Lululemon, Visa, and MasterCard by way of relative value. Which ones are moving up the fastest? Syncor, all right. What else? Abercrombie and Finch is moving up. Alibaba, even though they're not fundamentally sound from a technical standpoint, they are moving up. If I'm a little bit more aggressive, I might consider those stocks, but long term, no. Long term, no, and long term, no. Crypto stocks are up 14%, and as I showed you on Coin, David, Coin is up 17% today. But let's talk about that. Since those, I got some people in here interested about in crypto. Sell recommendation. Let's view the graph on it. Let's go view the graph. And if you're like, yo, I'm ready to go take crypto. Let's look at a 3-month graph. Are you ready? Are you really ready? So now I want to look at a lot of the stocks a little differently. I'm going to use the NPI layout, the near perfect indicator. Looking at the green line on the bottom is a 5-day moving average of relative timing, and the red line is a 40-day moving average of relative timing. And then on the top graphs, we got the 5-day and the 40-day moving average of stop. So everybody wants to jump on board and go, all right, it's time for crypto. All right, let me let you know something. If I'm thinking about getting into crypto, why don't we wait from the NPI? And everybody who's a VectorVest subscriber has this layout. All right, for everybody who's got VectorVest, you have this NPI layout. Let's at least wait for the 5-day moving average of RT to go above the 40. Let's go put this on the 6-month graph. When's the last time that happened? Back here. And look how short of a time period that happened. The 5 went above the 40. Look how quickly it came down. Here's the last time. Let's go put this on a 1 year. The 5 went above the 40. Good entry, pulled back, found a level of support, went back up before the 5 went back down below the 40. Was a good time to get out. So as I'm looking at the people who are telling me that crypto, what's going on with crypto? Even from the NPI, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. And look at every time that it was starting to do that, it never crossed the 5 of the RT, never crossed above the 40 of the RT. Is it looking like that now? And look at the price. The price, the moving average of the stop prices are not closed over either. So for everybody who's telling me, and I hear you, David, it's up 14% today. But what do you hear me say? One day doesn't make a trend. I'm looking at a 1-year graph on something that we track from the crypto side of the space. I'm not really ready yet. Michelle says, can you please really quick show how to put the MA price on a chart? I can't find it. Michelle, in order to put a moving average of price, you have to go over to the price box on the right-hand side, right-click on the price box, and this is where you can add your moving averages, whether it's simple, exponential, and weighted, and you can change your values here as well. All right? There you go, Michelle. Hopefully that makes it easier for you, because that's the only way to put moving averages in whichever moving averages you want. And you said it lags. I heard you, Gold Cross. I hear you. But you know something? If I'm ready to think about getting in the crypto, even here when it crossed, it went up for a couple of days, but because of this whole big crypto winter, man, it just keeps going down and down and down and down. Let it come to you. Let it come to you. All right. And Michelle, you should be good to go now. Michelle, you should be good to go. Let the 5-day moving average of the RT cross above the 40 before I'm really considering getting into it. And look at the stock prices. Let's make sure that they're moving up before you take advantage of it. Let's take a look at the other stocks that made the list today. As far as new stocks, view the stock graph. Let's go put all of these on a 3-month. Forget crypto. When are we on crypto ice age, says John. I hear you, man. But you know something? I think that crypto being beaten up as much as it has may have an opportunity to make some money. Now, I do like the Syncor, but the problem is with that, it got bought by AstraZeneca. I'm liking this NPI graph. How many of you feel comfortable looking at this NPI graph when looking at stocks to help you to make a decision? Type of 1. Type of 1. All right, I'm liking this setup, and I think that looking at the stocks that we look at from the NPI perspective gives us a good understanding. Now, Abercrombie and Finch, look at that. The 5 went above the 40 right here. Look at this. The 5 went above the 40. Was that a great opportunity? And broke through a level of resistance. Boom. Look at that. Look at that. I like that move. The moving averages, the stops are beautiful, also moving up. Very little wick at the top of the candle. I like it. I like the play. I like the play. Let's go to the next one. Same thing with Alibaba. How about when the 5 went above the 40 right here? How about that as an entry? How about that as an entry as the stock's price continues to go up? I'm liking this MPI. However, when 5 is high in your eyes, say, oh, this is too high now. No, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to let a stock run. And you know something? When do I get out? Well, I can actually then turn around and I'm going to do something else. You know that I like the 3 and the 8, right? Add moving average, exponential, 10. Let's do this again. Add parameter. Oh, sorry. Let's go back, do this again. Add moving average, exponential, 10. Now, I'm going to change these to the 3 and the 8 once I'm in it, and that's a good question. You know, the 5, you're looking for the 5 to go above the 40 of RT. Let's go to the 3 and the 8. Put those on. Let's change the colors to the way I want. Change the style. I want the 3 to be green. Make this a little darker as well. And I want the 8 to be red. It is already red, and make it a little darker as well. So, yes, I like getting in on the 5 crossing above the 40, but if I want to get out, how about I use the 3 and the 8 to get me out, capture profits. And as long as the 5 is still above the 40, wait for the 3 and the 8 to cross back up to get back in. Does that make sense to everybody in here? Does that make sense to everybody in here? Type of 1. I love getting in. I like the idea with the NPI getting in when the 5 crosses above the 40. If I'm willing to take some profits and wait, look at the 3 and the 8. Look at the 3 and the 8. Now, somebody says we just need more indicators on the chart. I don't have a lot of indicators on here. I've got 2 moving averages on the stop price. I've got 2 moving averages of RT. And I just added a way of getting out a little quicker using the 3 and the 8. And then as long as the 5 is still above the 40, wait for the 3 and 8 to cross back up. I like this. Holy smokes. That's just now actually I'm going to save this. Graph layouts, MPI, save, modify. I'm going to call this, add new layout, NPI 3.8. I like this. So now I can use the 5 going back below the 40 of the RT, or I can get out a little quicker, take profits. That would have been a great opportunity to take profits as it consolidated. Wait for the 3 to go back above the 8. As long as the 5 is still above the 40, boom, look at that go. I like that. All right, so I just saved that as a layout we can use. Let's go look at the rest of the stocks in the list. MasterCard. How about when the 5 went above the 40 back here? I like that. Getting out when the 3.8 crossed. Get back in when the 3.8 crossed back up. As long as the 5 is still above the 40, boom. I'm liking the combination of using the both of these. But if I'm looking at MasterCard right now, the 5 is above the 40. Look at that, hitting a new 3-month high. And now I've got the 3/8 in play. I like this. I like this. I like MasterCard. I like MasterCard. And it's fundamentally sound. Look at that, mRNA. Now, what I would wait for here, I like the 3 and the 8, but what I would really wait for here is for the 5 to go back above the 40 before I jump on board. Or I could be a little bit more aggressive with the 3 and 8 and say go, go, go. Very little wick at the top. All right, stocks can go to zero overnight. Don't forget Taiwan. I didn't say they couldn't. But you know something? I've got 2 ways to get out of these stocks. Visa, look at that. The 5 went above the 40. The 3 went above the 8. Look at that move. I'm liking this layout, folks. Goldman Sachs, the 3 crossed above. Look at this. The 3 crossed above. The 5 went above the 40. And look at that run. Put the 2 together. I like that. Nobody else does this. Think about that. For everybody who's out there who's not a subscriber to the VectorVest system, nobody else does what I'm showing you right here for confirmation on getting into a stock. Nobody else. Nobody else. All right. Uber, 5 went above the 40. The 3 went above. Look at that. Look at that. I really like the price action, though, on the stop price to move back above. But two out of the 3 hit. It's not so bad. Lululemon, though, I'm not feeling it. The 5 is below the 40. The 3 is below the 8. Not feeling that stock. Coinbase, there it is. The 3 crossed, but the 5 is not above the 40. I'd like to have at least 2 out of the 3. And the moving averages of the stop price are not up there yet. Somebody asked, how do you find this layout? When I go to the graphs, when I go to click on graphs, I go to where it says graph layouts. Where it says graph layouts, the MPI near perfect indicator is a graph layout that I can click on. I can click on it. Dang, guy, that's not what I'm looking for. I can click on it, and there it is. And I'm looking at these in either a 1-month or a 3-month time frame for the person that asked me the question. All right, that was George. George, does that answer your question? As a VectorVest subscriber, you have access to that layout. Look at that. You have access to that layout. All right, so those are my stocks that are making the big news today. Earnings this week. What stocks do I have as far as earnings coming out this week? Banks starting to report. All right, Taiwan Semi reports this week. Notice that out of the 14 stocks, 12 out of the 14 stocks are up prior to the earnings being reported. What's over here, Joey? I want to see. Oops, that's not the one I wanted. Where's the one that I want? Why do you do that to me? Thank you. That's what I'm looking for. I got about 193 people in here. You know me, I'm trying to grow our channel. I'm trying to get about 300 people in here, folks. Remember, don't forget to share this link right now. Share this link right now. We only got 28 likes. Folks, I just introduced many of you who are not subscribers to the VectorVest software to a better way to communicate from the news perspective whether a stock is there for you to buy or not, or to consider to buy. 28 likes for that? That's some great information. All right, and especially if you're not a subscriber, I could be helping some of you make better decisions on these stocks right now, that nobody else on YouTube is able to do. A lot of people are going to give you their perspective. I'm showing you the analysis. I'm showing you the analysis, and it's not all about what I think. I'm showing you what the VectorVest system is showing you, what you need to know. So, folks, if it's worth it for you to be here, hit that like button, folks. It doesn't cost you anything to do it, and it's there to show us that you appreciate it. That's all. All right. So, where can you find the NPI search? Bob, in order to be able to find the NPI search, you have to have what does you have to have, Lisa? It's not RoboTrader, which you have to have ProTrader. You have to have ProTrader, but here it is. It's in the Unisearch under Near Perfect Indicator. It's got its own group, Near Perfect Indicator, but you've got to have ProTrader in order to search stocks by moving averages. Here's the search that I created. Which uses the NPI 1 day, but I made the stocks less than or equal to $10, and that they had to be optionable. All right, so this is one thing that I use as an enhancement, especially because I do like to trade options. If I like what the NPI is all about, these 5 days and 5 and 40 days of RT have crossed in the last 1 day, but I need the stocks to be inexpensive and to be optionable. Here's the top stocks that were found. All right, here's the top stocks that were found. Now, let's do this. For those of you who are like, well, I'm put this on a 1-month graph. Let's go find these early. How about looking at this? The 5 just went above the 40 today, and this is optionable. The 5 just went above the 40 today, and it's optionable. Jermaine says, I thought I liked already. Well, you've got a sub for me. Way to go. Thank you for that, Jermaine. Not only did I get a like, but I got a subscription. That's what I'm talking about, folks. When we put this stuff together in our live stream, this is what it's all about. It's all about you. It ain't all about me and me pushing the stock or anything like that, a pumping, a dumping. I want to give you the analysis. Jermaine, thank you so much for that. Glenn, VV tells me when to buy stocks and when to not buy stocks. If I am fully invested, when does VectorVest tell me to sell stocks? I see VVTV ads that VectorVest tells you to sell at or near top. So you know something that's true. Every stock in our database has a stop value. Let me show you. Here's kohrs, all right? I'm looking at this from the perspective of the NPI, right? Let's go add a parameter, capital appreciation, and I'm going to go find, no, it's under price, sorry. Price volume. Where the hell is my stop? Oh, there it is. I already have a stop price. Stop price is already on the list. So the stock is trading at $9.58. I've got a stop price of $7.84. Let me put that on. Here's the stop price. Anytime a stock's price goes below the stop price, which is this dark blue line right here, that's when it's time to get out of the stock. Notice that even as the stock is pulled back, not once has the stock's price gone below the stop. And were you rewarded for that? Absolutely. So winner, does that make sense? This is the stop price. Every single stock in our database has a stop price. Now, notice that kohrs is pulling way away from its stop price. What would I do here? I'd probably add the 3 and the 8. Or now that I know that the 5-day moving average of RT is above the 40-day, I'd wait possibly for it to go back below. I can stop out of a stock in a lot of different ways, but every stock has a stop value. Every single stop. So this is one of the MPIs. The 5 just went above the 40 today, and it's optionable. What else? The 5 just went above the 40. Here's another gold stock. Man, be careful. There's a little bit of a pullback day and a little bit of a wick at the top. I'd be careful with that one. All right, even though the 5 went above the 40. IMMR, a little bit of consolidation, but the 5 did go above the 40. Guess what? I'm going to put that on a watch list. Next one is Cenex. 5 went above the 40. No wick at the top. More buying pressure. I like that one. All right, folks, this is what it's all about right here. Look at that. Heckler Mining, another gold stock. 5 went above the 40. Watch the wick at the top of that, though. More wick at the top than at the bottom. A little bit more selling pressure. So when I look at the graphs, I can make a determination, especially on a stock like this, Cenex, no wick at the top, more wick at the bottom. I like this one. A lot of no give back. There's probably a lot. Let's go to volume. Yeah, the volume's pretty steady. I'd like to see more volume, but volume's pretty steady. But I like the price structure with no wick at the top of the candle. No wick at the top of the candle. Energy says, I liked and subbed already. I can't push the buttons again. Well, I hear you. Thank you for subscribing as well. I love when you guys subscribe. All right. So that was something that I did want to pay attention to, and I think on Mondays I am going to pay attention to. Without some of those people out there who are not subscribers, I'm not giving you access to more than 5 of the stocks. If you are a subscriber, you can look at as many stocks that are found and do the same analysis that I just gave you. But this is specifically as an optionable play. All right, let's go back to my viewers tab. Again, earnings this week, these are stocks. And notice that now some of these are pulling back. What's going on in the market? Let's go see. Market timing. Here's the intraday. Wow, look at that. So we always say one day doesn't make a trend. We did gap up this morning. Okay, we faded the gap. But since then, folks, we've been rocking and rolling. Sitting in a little bit of a channel, just broke down, but still way above our level of the market open after the big gap up this morning. But are we, going into the closing of the day, we still got a lot of market left until the end of the day. I don't think We go lower than where we opened up, but we don't know either. I added earnings per share to that graph. That's not a bad play. We had a major gaposity this morning. Yes, we did, John. And we faded the gap quickly, which was a bad sign. But very quickly, the bulls grabbed the bull by the horn and ran back up. But we're doing a little bit of consolidation right now. All right, let's go back. Fastest moving industries. Let's go see what industries are on the rise. Let's go see what industries are on the rise. Let's go take a look. Let's go to the Unisearch tool. Let's go find Delta Search's industries. Here's my search to find out what industries are on the rise right now. Look at this. Oh, I'm only bringing the top 5. All right, let's go bring in the top 20. Let's go bring in the top 20. As I look, leisure toys. Look at that. What's on the rise? Leisure toy games. All right, 10 days ago, it had a change in percentage of RT of 1.5. Over the last week, look at that move. Wow, what stocks are in there? Let's double click. Let's go see. Can I do it that way? Yep, I can double click. What stocks are in there? Wow. Nintendo. Roblox is the only stock that's really moving in that industry. It's a sell recommendation. Let's go do this. AutoFit. It's a sell recommendation. Fundamentally not sound. The industry is moving. There's only 5 stocks in there. The industry is moving, and that's primarily because of Roblox. The stock is grossly overvalued. So even though the industry is moving, I'd be super careful with these stocks. I don't know what the news is behind moving Nintendo. All right, mining uranium. That's something that's been high on my list for a minute. Did a video on it. Did well, too. It's got a number 150 ranking out of 221 industries. 51%. Let's go see what stocks are moving there. Holy smokes, there's 34 stocks in there. I'm only going to put up the top 5. All right, what's moving the most? Looks like MWSM. There's too many freaking letters. 18-cent stock. One, I'd be careful with it there, but it's got an RT of 1.34. If I'm looking at something that I'd really like, how about the CI of FISOF? CI of 1.23, which means that this stock is not susceptible to big price declines. If I'm looking at a stock in this space, now fundamentally, it ain't there. All right, fundamentally, it ain't there. Negative earnings growth. But I bet you if you look at the stock, let's go take a look. Put this on a 1-month graph. I like the move. Excuse me, I like the move. The 5 is above the 40. The moving averages of the stock price are there. The stock is actually moving up in that space of uranium. So that analysis that I just gave you, looking at the space and then being able to fine tune what stocks in the space. Now, the move on FISOF is more of a technical move, more so than a fundamental move. I'm going to sort all 34 of these stocks by percent price change. Let's go see what other stocks are in here. The industry is moving. Look at that. A lot of these stocks, though, are penny stocks, folks. A lot of these stocks are penny stocks, no optionable, but they are moving. Any CIs above 1? No. So these are stocks in that industry that are moving up today. I like to look at the CI. If I'm going to play a penny stock, I want to see CI, the comfort index, being above 1. The only one out of 34 stocks in this space is FISOF. How many of you know of this stock, type of 1? How many of you do not own this stock, type of 2, or do not know of this stock, type of 2? Kobe says, please do not forget to give us the name of the stock you bought today according to MPI. Yeah, let me see. Where is it? I got to go here. Where is it? It's my TD Ameritrade account. Let me see. Log in. Let me tell you what it was. I'll tell you what it was. And I'm not using this to pump it. Did it get in? Let's go see if it got in. I put a buy stop on the option. There it is, GSM. GSM is, and I got a February 17, 2023 call. I bought the $4 call. And it's trading at $4. I bought it in the money. But it's got probably a high potential to make. That is it. It was GSM. All right, so I had to go check it. And I found it in the NPI, and I jumped on board with it. All right, so I had to go. I didn't want to give you a bad name, so I found it. All right, let me close out of this. So uranium is on the rise. I like doing this process. Uranium is on the rise. Transportation services is on the rise. Container metal glass is on the rise. I got several different industries, a lot of industries. And I think that with the past couple of days, this makes sense. A lot of industries are on the rise. But this is my Delta search that I've made for the YouTube. All I did was just add 10 days ago, the industry RT Delta 10 day was greater than 0. So I can make sure that I'm running higher over the last week. That's it. You're welcome, Kobe. You're welcome. All right, what else is in my viewers? Let's do this. The value plays and the growth plays. Value plays this week. My value plays this week, you notice that they're fundamentally sound. My value plays this week are Reliance Steel, Broadcom, Merck, Deere, and BPOP. I don't know anything about this BPOP thing. All right, for a lot of those people who said 2 on that stock that I gave you, and that was the purpose of me going through it. You know me, I always want to bring something to the table for you. All right, it's not all about the stocks you already know. I want to bring new stocks to the table to you. Keep your eyes on those stocks. All right, keep your eyes on those stocks. My growth plays, all right, now when I'm looking at growth, you know, when the market's moving up like it is right now, these are stocks that should be moving. Notice they're all up. They have good upside potential. The safeties may not always be there, so these are going to be more aggressive stocks. CIs, look at it. 3 out of the 5 CIs are above 1. My best one is TK Shipping. All right, so good upside. It should outperform a AAA corporate bond by 29% over the next 1 to 3 years. It is in an uptrend. It does have, move that over, does it have TK? It's got positive earnings, and they grow their earnings at 21%. If I'm looking at some growth stocks, here's 5 of them to keep your eyes on. I really like TK. I like KOS, Cosmo Energy, and I like RP because those 3 do have CIs above 1, and they grow their earnings. They have positive earnings, and they grow their earnings pretty well, and they're all up today. Let's go back to the value plays, though. Again, these are the stocks that are fundamentally sound. I've got my 5 stocks for you here, where the relative values and relative safeties are above 1, but the 2 that have a CI or comfort index above 1 is Reliance Steel and Merck. The others do not, but they are fundamentally sound, and the earnings are good on them, and they are growing their earnings at a clip. Let's go see what my growth plays look like last week. I had none. What did my values plays look like? I had none. I didn't do any biotech stocks this week. No, I didn't. I wanted to spend some time on the Tampa stuff. All right, so going forward, I am going to be looking at some of the Tampa stuff that we did. Let's follow up on that stuff. That Tampa stuff was invaluable. That Tampa stuff was invaluable. I can't find the new search for MPI shown in Tampa. Gleason, you have to have ProTrader. Thank you, Boston. You have to have ProTrader in order to have that. And if you don't have ProTrader and you'd like to try it, you can try it 30 days for free. But that MPI, you know, I've never pushed it, and I need to because it makes sense to be able to get in and out of those stocks in a timely fashion. It makes sense. All right, so I'm going to do a lot more on, the MPI, and I am going to do a little bit more information probably on either Wednesday or Thursday streams for swing trading. You don't want to miss those. You don't want to miss out on those. All right, so how many likes did we get? 83. Well, we didn't get quite to 100 likes, and we never got up to 300 people, folks. I need us to start getting more people in the room. I want us to get to that value of 300 and then 400 and then 500. How many of you feel that it's worth it for you guys to come back, come every week to the live streams? Type a 1 in the room. How many of you feel that it's worth it to come to the live streams every week? Type a 1 in the room. And if you are typing a 1 in the room, I need you guys to spread the word and get people here. You people know people. All right? You guys know people. Let's get people educated. This is not about hype. This is not about pump and dump. This is not about any of the stuff that you find on the YouTube channel. This is different. We want to be different. We want to educate people and change people's lives. All right. How many of you honestly feel that VectorVest has changed your financial life? Type a yes in the room. How many of you have actually feel that VectorVest has changed your financial life? Type a yes in the room. All right. For those of you who are subscribers and you feel that it hasn't changed your life, type a no in the room. And I'm okay with that. I'm all right and I want this to be seen. I want everybody to answer because I want the people who are not subscribers to the VectorVest system to see what you guys say. Right now, it's not about me. Right now, for those people who are not subscribers to the VectorVest system, now you're going to see a couple of no's, and I'm okay with that because, we keep striving to change the no's to yes. We keep striving to do that. But I'm going to tell for everybody out there, for everybody who's a subscriber and not making money to the VectorVest, not making money in the VectorVest system, I invite you to go to the recordings for the Tampa 2-day, and I want you to look at the VectorVest system of analyzing stocks. I want you to look at the secret to buying low and selling high, and I want you to look at making money the easy way. I need you guys to look at the first 3 talks on the Tampa 2-day. That's what I need for everyone in the room, because when anybody ever tells me that they're not making money with VectorVest, I don't understand it. That's me. I need you guys who are typing no in the room to go look at the first 3 talks. They're recorded and they're on the channel. Go to the first 3 talks, those 3 talks, and then tell me if you're doing those things. And if you're doing those things and still telling me that you're not making money, something's wrong. Something is wrong. All right. So that's all I got to say today. For those people who are not subscribers to the software, we still have specials running from the Tampa 2-day. Joey, put me back on the. We still have specials running from the Tampa 2 days. George says, "How do you find the replays?" Go to our channel. Those recordings are already up there right now. They're right up there right now. All right. Ken says Joey needs a timeout. I agree. Joey always needs a timeout.
All right. Both in timeout.
The bad thing is that he can put us in timeout. So, right. Hey, Ken. Just relax.
I almost did it. Just
Ken, I got him. I got this. I got you.
You talked me off the lead. You talked me off.
All right. Thank you. Ken, I got this. I got you, buddy. All right. So put me on my end screen. Folks, thank you for being here fresh off the Tampa 2-day. I think our product support staff did an outstanding job in communicating with you during that. It was an amazing seminar. The people we met were amazing. Again, being able to finally put the faces behind the chat is going to be amazing. Braxton, you're awesome. So with that, folks, I'm done for today. We got a 6 p.m. video coming out tonight. You might want to pay attention to it, especially because these are stocks that everybody's talking about. I'm going to show you how to use the VectorVest system to make a better decision in those stocks. Joey put the link already up there, which is cool. Watch David Paul's talk on swing trading psychology. Mark, that was an amazing talk. Swing trading, that was an amazing talk. What was that? That was on day 2. The anatomy of the swing trade. I think that was what it was. That was the first talk on day 2, the anatomy of a swing trade. You got to watch that. For those of you who are already making money in the market, go watch that. For those of you who are not making money utilizing VectorVest, I want you to look at the first 3 talks. All right. So, was it the end of day 1, you said? Was it the end of day 1? It was, the swing trading, it was. It was the special presentation on Friday. Swing trading psychology. Folks, if you didn't get the book, the slides are there as well. Aren't they, Joey? Or did they have to pay to go to get the slides?
No, you can go to /slides.
Go to VectorVest.com/slides to get, these were our books. These were our books, but all of the slides that were in this book are out there for you as well. But there you go. Mark is right. The swing trading for psychology. It was the end of day 1. Go check that out. All right, so I'm done for the day. Thank you guys for being here. We got to 99 likes, not 100, but that's all right. You know me. I ain't gonna twist no arms. But if you're new to the channel, you haven't subscribed, folks. This is what we do 3 days a week. We have 3 live streams. Come check us out, folks. If you don't want no fluff, then this is the place to be. Adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. Bon dia, salam, shalom, namaste, yasu. Until the next time, folks, see ya.